Okay, I asked you some few questions earlier on, I believe, just to know if you're sitting the ordinary or the higher level, and you confirmed you're sitting the higher level. So let's run through. For paper one, you're going to do the English part, while paper two, you're going to do the literature part. Obviously, you need some skills from paper two to be able to convince the examiner in paper one. Can you hear me clearly, please?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so this paper one. Now you have the personal writing, you have the reading part, the personal writing. I just want us to be on the same page that if I'm missing anything, just correct me, okay? Now, for the personal writing part, just, let me not say just 70 marks. They'll give you these genres, you have to pick one. So what I mean is that you have to learn how to write in all these formats because you don't know which one they'll ask you, okay? And yeah, these are the questions. You just pick anyone, whether you're writing a speech, you don't know which one they'll ask you anyway. Functional writing, I think this is the media studies. Now, this is what you'll be rewarded for: well-structured answers, clarity of expression. I'm going to look at this and this for good grammar, punctuation marks, spellings. Okay, here comes the media studies question. I think here they might give you adverts or print questions. You just have to answer them. Then paper two, this is the unseen and seen, and you sent me a list. You sent me something yesterday. Yeah, I remember. I just want us to confirm before we start. Sorry, I think you sent something. Once it comes up, I'll let you know. Unseen and studied poetry, two studied poetry. The good news is that they don't know the poems you studied, so they'll just ask you a question, and you're going to use the knowledge based on what you studied to answer those questions. Fiction, of course, you're going to pick from the list. Yeah, this is it. For novels, you picked the Spirited Away for the film, Outsiders, and these are the poems you studied. Daffodils, gone. Blood Brothers. So we're going to do all these. Good. Hello, you have something to say?
No.
Okay, so let me just show you the question paper so that you just confirm before we just start. Remember, we just have 10 days. Now, section A, we're talking about paper one higher level now. They will give you an excerpt and they'll ask you to do something. This is the reading part. Now, in your view, now what you think, that's what they're saying. What elements of the blah, 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 this is what you just do. Remember, I said I'm just running through. Yes. Now, if you look at question 2, they say write a descriptive paragraph. Choose one of the pictures and write a descriptive paragraph. This is what they mean. This is remember where they took this thing from. These are the genres you're going to study. So item 3, you must have a knowledge of this before you answer this, because there are some certain things you're going to look out for. So they will rush through, what do you call that? Descriptive, and we'll look at some elements of poetry, because you need that. So, okay, this is it. Then I choose to set my story in the place, blah, blah, blah. This is a descriptive paragraph. I think minimum of, 150 words should be enough. Now, corresponding to the studied text. Okay, so your first novel, second novel, compare the settings of your two chosen. Now, okay, we'll do that anyway. We'll look at elements of drama. I think I still need elements of drama. Sorry, I think I still need to send you some materials because we just need to cover everything, including those poems that you sent. Remember now, reading comprehension strategies, these are very easy. And I noticed there's a figure of speech question somewhere. Yeah, figure of speech question somewhere. I saw it. Yeah, good. Look at them. These are terms used in poetry. I think I need to send you that, okay? Do you mind if I drop some materials in your WhatsApp?
No, I'm okay with it.
Okay, so that I'm just going through before we. Okay, imagine you're writing a poem, outline the message the poem should be about. So these are elements of poetry which we have to look at. Writing, this is just part of the question, blah. I think the time is 2 hours, 30 minutes. So here.
Yeah, but the the exam is meant for 2.5 hours, so you don't get it finished.
There are 12 questions, right?
Yeah,
Don't they expect you to finish within that time?
they don't expect you to finish because the exam is meant to be for 2.5 hours.
And they'll give you how many hours?
Just 2 hours.
Yeah, good. So disappoint them, shock them, finish before time. That means your answers, you just have to be precise and brief. Okay? Now, these are the genres. Let me run you through diary so that we'll just finish with that. Go to descriptive, and I pick 1 and 2. Don't worry, since it's recorded. Now, of course, I don't know if you have a diary at home, but you know what diaries are meant to do. Private information. So I'm not supposed to see your diary. So when writing a diary, let me use this first. When writing a diary, there is a format. Okay? The first thing, the date. Okay? Now, this is how you write the format of the date. Today is 25th May, right? So 25th May 2023. This is how you should write the dates. Okay? Now, the dates should be either on the left. So let me remove this.
Is that not the right?
Hold on, whether right, whether left, either one is fine, but not at the middle. Okay? So you don't confuse the examiner that this is a topic. Of course, the topic cannot be your dates, except you are just trying to be very, very creative. So you take it to the left, or you'll take it to the right. Okay? So we're going to write 1. Now, after the date, you can begin with Dear Diary, right?
Yeah.
And you can start explaining. Even after giving the date, you can even do something like time. Let me say 7 a.m. Okay? You can even do something like this. So 7 a.m. Then you can start writing what happened. Okay? So let's just be real. I just want to give you the format. I woke up. Everywhere was peach. Black. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this is the format, the date. You can begin with Dear Diary. If you do not want to use Dear Diary, it's also fine. Okay? If you do not want to.
Then what else can I use?
No, you can just continue writing. It's not compulsory. Okay? You can just continue writing. Okay? If you do not want to use Dear Diary. Dear Diary is just the fantasy now, the fanciful beginning for diaries now. Okay, so this is it. Date. Then use in the first person. The first person is I. Remember, it's a private information. Everything is about you. So we've talked about the dates. Then the first person pronoun. That is I. We. If you want to talk about plural, us. Okay? It's about you, your friends, your family. So it has to be you. Okay? Now you want to write, it has to be in the past tense. Can you tell me why you should use the verbs in the past tense?
Because you're writing about something that's happened to you.
Of course, you are actually reporting. You are reporting. And you are reporting to who?
Your diary
is when you report to yourself. You are just telling yourself what happened. Okay? So past tense, personal tone. Okay, now not really. Okay. You can add a tone like, how come your voice is just similar with Nefemi I'm teaching? I don't. Okay. Personal tone. You can use O. You know what I mean?
I have a question.
Ask me too.
Sorry?
You can ask me too.
So like you see the way diary writing. Is there any difference from journaling?
No. They are the same. Journal is just more like official. Okay? Journal is just more like official, but they're the same format, just like interview and dialogue. Okay? Journal, diary, they're practically the same thing. Journal is just more like like a formal way of writing your diary. You see, your diary,
Alright.
you have, it's just like when you are talking to your mom as your mom, and when you are talking to your mom as the principal of your school. In your school,
Yeah.
you're not going to call her mommy, would you? You're going to
No.
call her Mrs., right? Okay, so that's just it. Personal tone, you can use your ooh, your ah, gosh. Okay, so I want to see all that. Good. They want to see your feelings. Now, remember, after talking about diary, in fact, diary is simply a record of personal events, things that happen to you personally. Now, they want to know how you feel. Don't worry, I'll drop all this for you so that you can just, okay? So they want to know how you feel. Let me say you're writing about Halloween. I don't know if you do it over there. You're writing about Halloween. Yeah. Go now. After writing about what happened, you can talk about your feelings now. What do you think about it? I think it's, for example, you can say, I think it's scary. Okay, these are your personal opinions, your feelings, sorry, your thoughts. You just have to let them know. Rhetorical question, not necessary. Exclamation marks, not necessary. Remember, you just have to group them, structure. Group them in paragraphs.
Yeah.
Group them. I don't want to say this. I think you just know you have to give it a structure. So this is it. So let me put this date, personal pronouns. So this is everything your diary must contain. Good. So this is everything. Date, I told you the format. The format is here. So write it that way. Then do not put it at the middle, left, right. Then everything you are going to write has to come from you. So you don't need you don't need me to give you content. So here, I, we, us. Who again? What's personal? I, we, us. Is there any other thing that has to do with you, like personal? Sorry. So date, May 25th, 2020.
You know, like grouping them in structure in paragraphs. How many sentences should I have in like one paragraph?
It depends on you. Okay. In order to just be brief, right? Because if you look at the space here, where is that question? Yeah. Look at the space here. Come on. Yeah, I calculated here. I think 3 paragraphs should be enough. Okay, just 3 paragraphs should be enough. So just for you to be brief, you don't have to give more detail. Just the details should not be like details like you're writing a book. Just be brief. So this is the format. This is your diary. Let me see if I can just draft a picture. Okay, let me see if I have one here, because we have a lot to cover within 10 days. Good. This is it. Okay, let's just now let me ask you, if I ask you to write a diary now about yourself, what topic, what would you like to write about? I just want us to do something. How my day went. How your day went. So the first thing is date, and you're writing about today, right? 25th, 2023. Now, actually, let me explain this to you. You see this TH, this format is actually wrong. This TH simply means position. It has nothing to do with the date. So everything should be on the same straight line. Did you see that? Yeah. Yeah, if you take it up like you superscript it, it's going to indicate position. So how your day went. So you can say, dear diary. Okay, now let's begin. We are going to be very brief. Today was great. Exclamation mark. In fact, I have never experienced anything like this before. Please use simple and correct English. I met Johnny Yeah. Supermarkets. Your story, your diary, it doesn't have to be true, okay? At the supermarket, and he signed an autograph for me. You just have to tell them something that will make the examiner want to listen. The truth will send them home to their wives and kids. Lies will keep them busy. When I say lie, I mean a creative lie. Something that you know might not happen or cannot happen, but you're going to just paint the picture. Now, this is the beginning. Now, the other paragraph, sign an autograph for me, you can just describe maybe went to the supermarket to get some help me out now. Help me out.
Groceries.
Oh, thank you very much. Groceries for my younger ones and for my younger ones. Sorry. And while I was scanning through the shelves, I noticed a figure standing close to me, like a movie star. I'm just forming something. I tried to ignore him, but his voice sounded familiar. I couldn't help it, but I couldn't help it, so I gazed at, I stared. Okay, no, I peeked at his face. Lo and behold, it was the Pirates of the Caribbean star, Johnny Depp. Okay, you see, it's something like this. Definitely, you have captured the interest of the examiner. The examiner will just like, whether it happened or not, it's none of his business, okay? Whether he, it's none of his business. Your ability to just hold his interest, that's your business. So today, just start imagining popular places, popular people you are going to write about, whether it's a descriptive or a diary. Okay, let's just wrap it up. I approached him and asked for an autograph. He smiled and signed on my shirt. He even posed for a picture with me. He's really cool. Okay, so let's just say this is the diary. Now let's look at the, what do they call it? Let's see if we can see what we did, everything the features of the diary here. Let's look at the features. Number one, I think the date is there.
Yeah.
So, oh Jesus. So look, I want you to look and tell me other things. You're going to point out the things. The date is there. What else do you notice?
Personal pronouns.
And we have this, right?
I.
So let me paint red. What else?
We also have feelings.
So let's look at the feelings. Where did you express your feelings here? Let me see. I did, but I did it with something. Let me see how I express my feelings in I think in 2 places. Good. How did I?
Like when you said, I've never experienced anything like this before.
Good. This is one, right? Now there's another feeling. Do you know the function of this? Can you see what I just colored red? The punctuation mark here.
Yeah, your exclamation mark.
What's the function of that? Because I'm going to take you through punctuation marks when we want to start rewriting. and you're going to write a lot because I need you sharp before that exam. Okay. So what's the
It's like,
yeah, talk to me.
I know how to like explain it, but I don't know how to put it in the right way. It's
Okay,
like when you're
exclamation.
exclamating something.
Don't worry. When I start showing you punctuation marks, you know how to use it. So again, you don't need to write your feelings. The exclamation mark will do it for you. Exclamation mark shows you how you feel. It shows emotions and a loud sound. Look at this. Johnny Depp. This is an emotion. And do you know what it shows? Can you guess?
You're excited.
Excitement, very good. Excitement and surprise. Look at it. I couldn't help it, so I picked at his face. Lo and behold, it was the Pirates of the Caribbean star, Johnny Depp. You didn't expect to see him there. You were excited as well as surprised, okay? So that is it. Then let's look at personal tone. The gosh, okay, lo and behold. Yeah, is it. Lo and behold. Structure, group them in paragraphs. Simple and short. This is even enough for an A-star, a distinction performance. Okay, I believe you can still see my screen. I'm just trying to capture everything on one slide. Okay, so this is it. Diary writing simply means record of events. Okay, so I'm going to save this because I need to send all this to you, including the video, so that when you look at it, when I ask you to write a diary about maybe your most, should I use the word miserable day of your life? That's what you're going to do for me.
Okay.
So any question on diary, you are going to write for me. When I mean write, you're going to write because, like I said, I need to knock into shape and you need to be in top form. Okay, so this is material. Today's material. Save this. Good. So this is for diary. Do you have any question with the structure, with anything? Very simple. I just made it simple for you. These are.
Is there a specific way to end like the
no.
diary? Do I have to write anything, or do I just
you don't need to. You don't need to. You don't need a specific. Remember, a diary. It's your own private. You are not convincing anybody to like what you are writing. It's a personal thing. Okay. It's a personal thing. Okay, let me say you want to end it. You can just rephrase it well. I will never forget that day. May 25th, 2020 will forever be a day to remember. Oh, yeah, to remember. Just something like this should be, okay? Just like rephrasing the question. Just like rephrasing the question. So you don't need all this like yours, peculiar, no. You end there. Okay, so this is an example. Boom. This is an example. Okay, so Johnny Depp, I need to make it blue. Sorry. So this is everything you need. If there are no questions on diary writing, remember we still have a long way to go. Where is that? Yeah, diary. Let's look at descriptive. So look at it very well. Do you have any question? This is just diary made simple. Diary made simple. Dates, personal opinion. If there are no questions, like I said, I'll send this material to you. Let's look at one thing people find it difficult to descriptive writing. This one requires, now, if someone asks you to like tell him or her what descriptive writing means, what will you tell the person? How will you explain descriptive writing?
Descriptive writing.
Yeah, descriptive. Don't use any word for describe.
Sorry?
Don't use any word in your explanation like describe, but I want you to explain the term descriptive writing.
Writing that's vague.
Descriptive writing. You want to explain to your younger siblings that, look, what does descriptive writing mean? You need to explain. How would you explain that? Because you have to know what descriptive writing is before you even start writing. So how would you describe descriptive writing? What would you say descriptive writing is all about? Just try, make your mistakes and let's learn.
It's descriptive writing is writing
Okay.
that's vague and it's a lot. Oh my God, it describes a lot.
Like I said, do not use the word describe, but I understand. Okay, now let me ask you. Your father bought a new car.
Yeah.
Amazing car. Let me say Lamborghini or Porsche. Now you went to school and you have to tell your friends about the car. Can you just use 1 or 2 sentences to tell me what you say to your friends about the car? Go ahead, please.
Like,
and I would like to type.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, you won't believe what happened yesterday. So my dad got a new car, and it's like, it was really nice.
Nice.
And the car is blue. The inside's really, it's really.
Inside great.
The inside is great.
Uh-huh.
It was really expensive.
Expensive, yeah. It must have cost him a fortune. Uh-huh. The color is like.
Okay. The car is really, really vibrant. It really stands out among other cars.
Good. Exotic. In fact, what is that word you use? Is it off the market? How do you say that thing? That thing that when it's customized. Customized version of Rolls-Royce. Now, let me ask you. Are you telling your friend a story here?
No, I'm just explaining it.
Explain.
I'm describing.
Describe. Yeah, I know you are. What you are doing, you are painting a picture of the what?
Of the car.
Of the car. That is the meaning of descriptive writing. Descriptive writing simply means painting pictures using words. Simple.
So it's like imagery.
If that's it, I'll give you the tools. Do not worry. I'll give you the tools. Now, let me also say something. Okay, maybe I'll do that at the end. Now, let me give you the tools. Now that you know what descriptive is, it's to paint a picture. So when you finish describing, whoever you are describing that thing to should be able to see the picture. You want to describe how beautiful your friend is or how handsome your friend is. They should see the picture. So here are the tools. This is what you need to describe. Choose to describe or paint a picture. Number 1, this is the most powerful tool, figures of speech, color, sound. I just make it imagery, vivid verbs, adjectives.
Now, is poetry descriptive writing?
Poetry, Jesus, poetry is,
yeah.
Poetry is a combination of.
Well, they use image. They use words.
They use imagery to create certain.
They use words to paint. Yeah.
Yeah. It's both descriptive. Jesus, in fact, poetry is, like I used to tell my students, you see, literature is not for the intelligent, it's for the crazy ones. You see, when you write poems, you use more of imagery, but I will not call it descriptive because, in descriptive, you try to make the person understand. In poetry, you do not try to make the person understand. The person will have to, that's why you have to analyze the poem to get the meaning of the poem. So poetry, they don't want you, don't worry, you'll log in back in the next, maybe just 10 seconds. For poetry, they don't need, you see, for poetry, the meaning of a line can be 10. You can have 10 different meanings. Okay, we'll look at daffodils anyway. I wander lonely as a cloud. We'll do that. Now, my point is, for poetry, a line can have 5 different meanings. But in descriptive, they can only have 1. Because they are trying to explain. They want you to understand. Poetry will just leave a line and they will leave you to go and decode the meaning. Okay? So let's come back to this.
Yeah.
Figure of speech. Now, you want to describe, let me say, so these are the tools: figures of speech, color, sound, imagery, vivid verbs, adjectives. Okay, now these are the tools. I'm going to send this to you, so do not worry. Let me show you the format before we try to write something. So the format, number one, there must be a title. Do not forget that. 2, introduction. 3, body, and 4, conclusion. Okay, so the title can be, let's just format a place, my home, my heaven. I'm just trying to form something. So introduction, I'll show you what to do. Okay, let me just say it now. Introduction, this is where you begin the description. No, you begin the painting. You see, once you begin a painting, people will just start wondering, what is this person trying to paint? So remember, catch their interests. Catch their interest. But this body, they will now start seeing. Now, here is the full painting done. And everybody is like, wow. The conclusion is when you put the finishing touches. Like you are done carving the structure. What is left is just like carving the nose so that people will just see the full picture, carving the nose, putting finishing touches. Carving the nose, okay? Eyes, but they've seen the true picture. So there must be a title, 1, introduction. You have to begin painting picture. So the beginning, you have to try, you just need to try to let them know why you are describing your home as heaven. Okay? Why you're describing your home as heaven. So remember, whatever you say, every line, every sentence must contain any one of this. So let us just try. My home. Okay, my heaven, right? So let's see. You want to describe your home now. Good. I just left out something. Number 7, this is actually the most important. 5 sentences. They work with figures of speech. So you talk about what your eyes can see, what your nose can smell, what your tongue can taste, what your hands can feel, and what your ears can hear. This, in fact, I need to take this to number 1. Sorry, I just have to take it to number 1. Good. So this is it. This is how you describe. And you describe this using figure of speech. Okay, so let's see. My home, peaceful. Okay. The air is peaceful. Atmosphere, calm. Environment, serene. Even the, okay, I'll change that. Even the air, I'll remove that air now because you don't have to repeat the same. Even the air, okay, you can even test. You can even test the joy of living in, should I use the word luxurious home as mine? Okay, let's look at some of the features now. The air is peaceful. Can you pick any figure of speech? Sorry, do you know more about figures of speech?
Yeah, it's like assonance, onomatopoeia.
Okay.
Irony.
We're going deep because it made them. Okay, now my question is, the air is peaceful, the atmosphere calm, environment serene. Now, what sort of speech would you say I used here? And what senses do, okay, let's start with senses. What senses did I use here? The air is peaceful, the atmosphere calm, environment serene.
I think you used feel and hear.
Good. So you could feel the peace or the calm, no problem. What figure of speech?
Is it metaphor?
Metaphor, very correct. So you can see this line, metaphor.
Yeah.
You can see now, you can even taste the joy of living in a luxurious home as mine is a utopia. Sorry, I'm using these big words, but you know what I mean. Okay, now, see, every line must paint a picture. Every line must paint a picture, okay? I want you to log in back in the next 15 seconds. Let me convert this video because you know I'm going to send this video to you in the next 10 seconds, okay? Let me start converting. Thank you very much.